Wow, they let anyone do these speeches. God, I don't think I've been in here since Geraldo was the guest speaker on campus years ago. Still looks the same. All right, well, it is really a pleasure to be here today, and it wasn't really that long ago that I was sitting where you guys are sitting, wondering where I'd be 10, 15 years from now, wondering if San Jose State University prepared me to be successful, to make it in a cutthroat business, to work my way to the top, where someone younger, more ambitious, and willing to work for less money would take my spot. Well, good thing is no one's taken my spot, at least not yet. So here I am looking at all of you, our nation's next great communicators. But before we focus on you, it's important to recognize some of the people that helped get you here. First off, the staff and professors of San Jose State University, the advisors, the deans, the professors. You have dedicated your professional lives to us and helped mold our minds and truly, truly shape our character. And to the parents, the families, and the friends, you have made tough sacrifices along the way. You have consoled your sons, your daughters, your sisters, your brothers, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your grandparents during very rough times and celebrated with them during the good ones. And now as all the attention is on them, it's important to note that you too are starting new chapters in your lives. So graduates, please stand up. Is that everybody? Okay. And show those who love you how proud you are of them on this special day. Come on, better than that. Woo! All right. Now, graduates, you can sit. Thank you. I get to welcome you to the exciting beginning of your new life, if you want it to be. And for most of you, you really do have to want it at first. Employers are not going to break down your door begging you to work for them, at least not for first. You have to stand up, you have to be noticed, you have to be poised, and you have to be professional. And you couldn't be more prepared as the next class from the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. You've done the work, you've taken those tests, and you deserve it. And I know there's going to be a lot of celebrating tonight, a lot of partying. Yeah, I was there. There was an apartment just behind the 7-Eleven over there on El Salvador Street. Before the ceremony, a lot of partying afterwards. But once the corks stop flying, a little anxiety is probably going to set in. But don't panic. It's only natural. You're going to ask yourself, what do I do next? Who's going to hire me? Can I leave my job that I've got now for the job in my field that pays less and even a lot less? I was there. I put myself through college, at least part of it. Mom and Dad, holler. I put myself through college working at Safeway, and it was a union job. I was making $14 an hour, $21 an hour on Sundays in college. So it was a really great job to have. And I, even to this day, look back at the lessons that I've learned there. I remember learning about a work ethic. You know, some of the hardest working people were, unloading those crates off the trucks and stocking the shelves. I learned how to interact with a wide range of people. They were my customers. I even started learning some new languages. I also learned the difference between whole milk and 1%. I was the dairy guy. Don't discount the lessons you've learned so far. They're lessons you're going to need in the future, even if you don't realize that now. So right after graduation, I left the grocery store for my first job in TV. It was at the Fox station in Salinas. I was producing, I was anchoring, I was really doing it. People were turning to me to find out what was going on. My pay? $6 an hour with no benefits. Let's all sigh together. It's a crime, isn't it? Especially in journalism. But it was $6 an hour. So talk about anxiety. So what do you do when that sets in? You take a deep breath, as I'm trying to do, speaking before you. Then you sell your car and take the bus. You have to know who you are. And San Jose State helped prepare you for that. And what I'm sure of many years after coming through here is that there's no such thing as failure if you try. It really just doesn't exist if you try. So sure, you're going to make mistakes, and I would just realize that now and deal with it. In fact, I'm sure people in Albuquerque, New Mexico are still laughing at one of my first mistakes. So there I was, a cub reporter in Albuquerque at the ABC station. It was cold, I was new, I didn't know the area. There was a plane crash at the airport, a small plane, the nose was behind me on the tarmac. It was back in the days where they actually let us on the runway. And we got there so late that there wasn't time to hook up the communication, our earpiece. So I didn't hear air, I didn't hear the anchors tossing to me. There was a producer off camera, and she was on a cell phone, and she was supposed to cue me to start talking. So there I was, nervous like I am now, looking in the camera because it was cold. I could see my reflection. I was cleaning the crust from my lips. I was reciting to myself. I'm at Albuquerque International Airport. There was a paramedic next to me. I was prompting him. I said, "Be prepared. I'm going to ask you about the injuries." It was all on the air. All of it. They took the shot, and for some reason they stayed with it, because I think I was rehearsing. They thought maybe I was doing it, just oddly cleaning my mouth for some reason. So, mistakes happen. You learn to deal with it. And what I learned is you never do anything in front of the camera you wouldn't want to go over the air. So broadcasters, remember that.